Hey everyone, welcome to Edvora. If you're intrigued by big questions about human history and our everyday lives, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive. Now let's ask something that's fascinated humanity for ages. Were people actually happier in the past? We often imagine simpler times, close-knit villages, fewer material possessions, less hustle and bustle. But was that real, or just a nostalgic illusion? In this voiceover, we'll compare the day-to-day realities of hunter-gatherers, early farmers, medieval communities, and US modern folks, drawing on anthropology, archaeology, and psychology to see where true well-being may have thrived or struggled. First, consider the life of hunter-gatherers, sometimes dubbed the original affluent society. Many anthropologists note that small, mobile bands spent only a handful of hours gathering or hunting each day, leaving ample time for social bonding and rest. They had minimal property to protect and strong communal ties, traits that seem appealing. Yet these societies faced high infant mortality, no modern medicine, and big risks if resources ran out or if conflict arose with neighboring groups. So, while everyday stress might have been lower in some respects, there was a constant vulnerability to nature's whims. The agricultural revolution introduced farming, permanent settlements, and social hierarchies. On one hand, fields and domesticated livestock brought more reliable food surpluses, important for population growth and the development of crafts and trade. On the other, working the land meant longer hours, and major inequalities emerged: elites versus peasants, landowners versus laborers. Large-scale societies also encountered new diseases, cramped living conditions, and the pressure to amass wealth or status. For some, life was more secure, but for many, it was grinding labor and limited mobility. Moving further ahead, medieval or pre-industrial communities present a picture of close village life, strict religious traditions, and seasonal festivities. This sense of belonging could certainly foster happiness, but overshadowing it were feudal constraints, high rates of violence or warfare, and rampant disease outbreaks. People might have felt deep social bonds with neighbors, but short lifespans and oppression from lords or kings were no small matters. Fast forward to today, where modern comforts and technology dominate. We have unprecedented medical breakthroughs, global connectivity, diverse career paths, and a vast array of consumer goods. In principle, that should boost our happiness, right? Yet many individuals report rising stress, anxiety, and isolation. The paradox of choice leaves us overwhelmed by options. Social media fosters endless comparison to others, and our work-life boundaries vanish in an always online world. Psychologists suggest several reasons for this. We evolved in small-scale groups. Some call it Dunbar's number, capping stable social relationships at around 150. Now we're constantly bombarded with thousands of social media, friends, and online stimuli. Meanwhile, the nostalgia effect can make past eras look far rosier than they really were. And of course, we can't overlook that once deadly infections are treatable today, and we aren't forced into all-day field labor just to eat. So, were we really happier in the past? Perhaps some hunter-gatherers experienced freer day-to-day living, but they lacked today's safety nets. Early farmers gained food security, yet worked brutally hard and saw new forms of inequality. Medieval folks enjoyed communal celebrations, but lived under the constant shadow of plague and feudal control. We in modern times have extraordinary freedoms, comfort, and knowledge, yet face mental health struggles, digital overload, and economic stresses. The takeaway? Every era has its perks and pitfalls. Happiness depends on how effectively our society meets our fundamental needs: community, purpose, security, and meaningful personal connections. We can glean lessons from older lifestyles, more communal ties, less obsession with materialism, while embracing modern medicine and human rights. By blending the best of the old and the new, maybe we can create the environment that nurtures genuine, lasting contentment. What do you think? Are we missing vital elements from the past that would make us happier today? Or do our modern innovations far outweigh any benefits of earlier times? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. You never know, the secret to happiness might lie not in turning back the clock, but in weaving timeless community values into our fast-paced world.